Morning, everyone. Marty's over here in his big chair, but he ate a lot in the house. And Stripe's out here wandering. He also ate in the house. Hey, bud. Hi, good morning. How are you? Yeah, that steroid has been making Marty super hungry and basically, you know, just ravenous. So he's been eating a lot. It seems, I think the 2 meds are helping. I don't want to jinx it. Hi, bud. Good morning. Hi. Yeah, he has to go out at 6:30, which is unusual. He just meows and then he runs to the door and hopes his mom hears him. Lots of extra drinking with the steroids too. So, but he's good. He has to go out. Good morning, Gray. There you are. Hi, sweet pea. Hi. Hi. There you go. There you go. Good morning. We'll be loading Johnny's stuff up in the car here in a few minutes and taking them back to school today. So it's a little bit of a exciting morning about the new semester and sad morning about winter break being over. Both at the same time, right? Things are not necessarily mutually exclusive. I had a tufted titmouse come and land at my feet looking for the cat food and then said, nah. Alrighty, it's 10, we're just going to call it 10:40 a.m. I told Don we'd be out of here by 11, maybe 10:30 if we were lucky, so we're right on time. Yeah. We got up at normal time, did normal things, loaded up the car. The car is full. The car is packed. Don said don't open up the back unless it's an emergency. And the front is full too. Yeah, and here's Gray. She's been sedated and she stopped whining, so she must be pretty, you know, chill. So we're on our way. Yeah, we're on our way. Well, it is trying to clear. It really is. So that's nice to see the sun out now. Less worry about the kitties. We still are expecting a line of storms to come through tonight. I don't know exactly what time, but they said late into Sunday, so I'm thinking we'll be home. We'll pay attention to the radar before we leave Johnny's apartment just to know what we're looking at. That's the car driving. The speed limit chime, that's all on. And we're in sloth mode too, by the way. No, you moved it to standard. Yeah, sloth mode was very slothy. Yeah, today it was it was particularly slothy. Well, what the problem is it was doing exactly the speed limit, and the speed limit on some of the roads is just sort of ridiculously low. Yeah. Well, this is what I brought along to build in the car today. Should be really cute. It's 345 pieces. This is a good size for the car, especially with 4 little individual builds of the letters. I am thinking, however, that I would like the base to be one long base with the letters roughly equidistant from each other. So I'm going to build it, but I might put the letters on. I might build a platform for the letters so that they're not just, so they can't be knocked over easy and scattered and all that stuff. I just don't think I'm going to like them on these. And I also don't like the blue, by the way. Why did we not use purple? We have a great Valentine's Day purple. I also don't like the blue. So nothing wrong with the set. There's nothing wrong with it, but I may have to tinker with it because that's just what I do with Lego. I tinker. When I was a kid, I never had Legos as a child that I remember in any way, any Legos ever, but I had Tinker Toys, and I played with Tinker Toys. Like, I loved to make the windmill things and make them spin. So I played with building toys. I also did not have Lincoln Logs until the kids had Lincoln Logs. So I played with Lincoln Logs a little bit and Train Track a little bit. I played with Car Track as a kid, but not Train Track anyway. All those toys we wish we had. Don definitely has some toys he wished he had as a kid. He would have loved to have had as a kid, but it just didn't happen for him. So well, there's the L. I just want to say they did do a good job with the base. It sticks out the back, so there's a good center of gravity, you know, the way they have it angled in the front and sticking out in the back. So I think they did a good job with the base. And there's extra flowers, which and open studs, which I can use in other projects, and that makes me happy too. I haven't put on the little white daisy flowers yet, or the little green tulip looking leaf things, but anyway, I just wanted to say that there are 3 shades of pink in this kit. There's bright pink, magenta, or pink and magenta. There's 3 shades. I don't know what you call them. This one is magenta, where my thumbnail is, and I think this might be bright pink, and maybe this is pink. Sometimes the contrast in the instructions, I really am having to think about which one they meant to put where. So I'm starting with the dark one, and then doing the middle one, and then doing the light one to try to keep it. It's fine. You know, there's what Lego said to do, and there's what you do, and there's what looks just fine, whether you did what they said to do or not. And with the flower stuff, it just really sort of doesn't matter. But I am having to look the contrast in the instructions. Maybe it's easier to read with the online instructions than the printed book. Well, there it is. I'm not going to say a lot more about it because I want to leave some things of surprise for those that are building it besides me. Anyway, it's really cute, and certainly was worth doing. So getting off here at the Salisbury / Culver supercharger. You know who wants lunch. So if I was a kid going back to school, I'd want Culver's on the way back to school too. We just had the windshield washed by FSD. Dawn did not have to intervene. No interventions between stops. We'll see if we park correctly at the supercharger. I just was going to comment that so far this .2.2.2 seems to wash the windshield less.
I agree.
This is our first washing on that release. Now, I don't know if we wash 10 more times before we get back to the house, we'll let you know, but it seems less. And the rain is moving in earlier than I thought it was going to. Hopefully we'll get through the Walmart grocery run and get stuff into the apartment before it starts raining. It would have influenced my decision on where I left the cat food and which cats I left outdoors, but nothing I can do about it now. And there's lots of shelter. I mean, Stripe will just go in the garage and get in his chair and he won't care. I don't know why Marty and Morris don't follow him in there, because it's such a great spot in there. But he's got one cat I'm not worried about getting out of the weather is Stripe. He'd be in the garage in that chair over by the freezer. To turn on red? We are going to turn on red. No reason not to. No reason not to.
Well, there's our Cybertruck.
Yeah, we got a Cybertruck.
And let's see what she's going to do.
Well, we got lots of space options today. Lots of places to go.
Yep.
So she can decide here.
She'll probably go in between these two.
It is a possibility.
Well, maybe not.
Here on the end.
Here on the end.
All right. We're backing in. Remember, this is where last time we pulled into we backed into the pull-in spot down on the end over there, which was a mistake. Okay, so she did go next to the Cybertruck, but that's okay.
And yeah, I don't call that.
That's fine.
I mean, she would have put it between them.
That would have been irritating. Yeah. But this right beside it is left. Well, that one on the corner worries me because people do fly around the corner sometimes. Wow. Turning us around to take us out the way we want to go. Of course, there's a car coming now, and it's a student, so they're not gonna.
Yeah,
they're
gonna. I guess.
Can you go around us the other side? He could. He had room to go.
He could have went. Thank you.
Yeah, well, if they hadn't been in such a god-awful rush in the first place coming up that lane, they would have thought. They would have thought about it.
Thank you.
Thank you. At least he didn't cop an attitude. All right. Anyway, the car turned us around to take us out the way we came in to get us going, and didn't take us through the parking deck, which is fine.
And actually handled that car coming up.
And everything.
Everything pretty well. I mean, I might have did slightly different, but that was a perfectly valid, both of us neither one of us were in the right place, doing the right thing, making do.
Yeah, so just to say, we've dropped Johnny off. We've walked 3 flights of steps, a lot. They have everything they need. We replaced a light bulb. It was a really tricky, it was not your common everyday light bulb thing. It ain't gonna go because this other stuff up here, I guess. I'm not really trying to show what FSD's doing. I was gonna make we really like Johnny's new roommate.
Yes.
Very impressed. Think it's gonna be a good fit. I think it's gonna be fine. Computer science major transfer from Wake Tech. So we talked a little bit of shop computer stuff with them. FSD navigated us around several large pieces of rubber on I-85 coming down here, and I saved those clips. So I will try to remember to pull them off and show you. It was really impressive how the car navigated around the pieces of rubber. A trailer just a short ways in front of us had a tire blow up, and it almost caused an accident ahead of us.
Yes.
And then, but everybody stopped in time to avoid it, and then the robot handled it. So that was all good.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good semester for Johnny. I'm excited. I cried at the house, so I didn't make an idiot of myself in front of the new roommate and everything. It's bound to happen. A little sadness slip out at least one time on the, start of each semester. Mom's entitled to a 5-minute cry. Okay. I'm really excited about all the opportunities that Johnny has at school, and I'm happy when they're happy. And it's just that, saying goodbye after the long break is just hard. So did I say everything I should have said, Donnie?
You said everything you're supposed to say.
Mr. Don has on his Tesla periodic element shirt today.
That's right.
And I don't know. I told Don we're stopping at the new supercharger, so I guess we better plug it in. I'm determined that we're having a new supercharger. So they put in a new supercharger at the Concord Mills, aka Lego exit, but instead of on the other side of the mall and down where the mall is, this is on the other side of the interchange. So but we got supercharger badging, passport, stamp books now, Don. It's really important. It's really important. So
I would have preferred to have stopped there instead of Salisbury, but that's okay.
Yeah, but then Johnny couldn't have gone Culver's, so that wouldn't have worked. There's a Cracker Barrel here for anybody that knows what Cracker. I mean, there's
I bet there's 50 restaurants at that.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible, but at least then at Culver's we know what we want, and it's fast. So that's good. And Don thought this new supercharger was on the other side of the interchange, and the mall was on this side. And anyway, this was the right direction to stop because it's all right turns into the supercharger.
That is correct.
And there's Cracker Barrel straight in front of us, and there's the supercharger straight in front of us. Well, there's a car coming now. And it ain't gonna go in front of this car, even though it could have snuck across.
Yeah, I'm not fussing. I'm just simply saying this is one of those cases where it was a little too much hesitation.
Yes, I agree. It could have gone there if it really wanted to.
It's
Well, there's
version 4.
There's a BJ's here, and Don's right. There's a lot of stuff here. Yep, in this version 4. What's wrong?
She's going to get into the accessible one.
That's right. She is putting us in the one that says to use last. There's a sign back there, EV charging, use last.
Yeah.
With a, not really a handicap sticker on it, but it's clear that this is the one that's meant to be handicapped. There's paint on the ground over there so the driver could get out with their wheelchair or whatever.
All right.
Yeah, well, we determined that we need a little, I believe the guy made it across country, including superchargers and everything. David Moss, that stopped in and chatted with Kyle.
Oh,
but I am a little perplexed about how he didn't have any trouble at superchargers. Because, you know, we just know that there is. So there's a fire extinguisher here. There's an emergency cutoff that's really accessible. There's trash cans. Wow, there's a trailer pull in. You see it down there? You could pull through. That would be good for a trailer. There's another trash can over here. It's nice. Yeah, it says we have enough. We're like 19% home. So I told Dawn to just let me shoot my video and we can get our little dot on the map and then we can leave.
Yeah.
Girls just want to have fun when road tripping and traveling in their Tesla.
That's right.
And we're going to let
girls lots of fun.
That's right. Exactly. So, it says tesla.com/charge on it. See what it says? The sign here, accessible EV charging, use last. I mean, this station literally opened this week. Yeah, I saw the RainX pull in. Wrong wheels. I'm just kidding. Fresh grass. I'm sure they'll be out here to mow it soon. So how many are here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. There's 16. And there's a cabinet with each slab. So there's a cabinet there, cabinet with these 4. And then there's 2 more cabinets. I don't know. I think in the one we're at and the one over there, these are the slab ones that it came with all the stuff, came off the truck with all the stuff in it. And then maybe the one down there is. And then we also have a few just, you know, put in. But I do see, yeah, that one is too, a slab. So, you know, that's a good use of drop them in quick when they're using the default 4, you know, on the slab and just drop them off. Nice. Yeah, it currently said, well, right before I started filming, 12%. We're going to stop at 15. And I am letting you off the hook on Lego, even though I would love to go in Lego. I'm gonna on a Saturday. I guess I'm gonna let you off the hook. But
thank you.
Yeah, it's just right across the interstate over there.
It's only 30 minutes from here.
It's not. It's a mile. It's not even a mile.
You could walk faster there. I could get you.
Yeah, that might be true that I could walk over. It's very Concord Mills Outlet Mall is a zoo. Yeah, and so I'm gonna let Dawn off the hook on it today, even though I'm so close to the Lego store. I couldn't get down in time. I was gonna say there was a sign for the BJ's gas. Don't need gas. Wow, Harley Davidson motorcycles ahead. There's a Subway that's within pretty good walking distance. I suppose you could call ahead and have it ready to go. Well, you could call ahead to the Cracker Barrel too, probably. Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll see what kind of a nightmare it is to get out of here, but that's okay. We'll probably never go to that supercharger again, because even on the way home when we stop, I want to go to the Lego store. And we got a thing now. Dawn drops me off at the right mall entrance. I walk the Lego. He goes and plugs in at the supercharger. He goes in and uses the restroom at Starbucks. I buy my Lego and use the restroom at the mall, and he meets me back at the door. He dropped me off. And it's, you know, yeah, it's something less than 30 minutes to do that.
Now look, she's going to get trapped. Well, maybe not. This is both lanes turn left.
I'm going to say both lanes turn left. Yeah. And she's going to stop and leave enough space here. and not block the intersection, which is nice and the right thing to do. Way cool. Yeah, well, obviously, like we said, the outlet mall area up here, this is like, people make that outlet mall a destination trip, like from all over the state just to go to the outlet mall. There's one up in Burlington, and it's not as big, it's not as nice, and we never travel on that part of 85 if we can help it, because we take that 421 across down from Greensboro. Instead of going, you know, up and over, we go down and across. Right. But there's also one in Smithfield, and you've seen me go to the Crocs outlet in Smithfield, and again, nowhere near as busy as this one up here at Concord Mills is the hot one. I don't know what it is. Well, none of the other two have Lego, but I'm sure there's other reasons why Concord Mills. A little bit of it is that it's a real mall. You actually go in it, and it's inside. It's not all outside where you got to walk from door to door. It's inside. So that probably, the one in Burlington and the one in Smithfield are both individual stores, not really connected. And I know the one down at Smithfield, they don't have good bathrooms there. Like if you go to shop at Carolina Pottery, you can use their bathrooms, but it's a really big deal. Like they made it extra hard for people to use the restroom at that mall. And the one over here at Concord Mills is just like the inside of the mall, and there's lots of there's a bathroom every 10 or 20 stores, and they keep it clean. So I'm sure that has to do a lot of it too. There's also the outlet mall up in Asheville, where we went for the yearly Blue Ridge Drive. That was mostly an outside, but it was sort of nice. It was kind of had some niceness to it also. But anyway, the one I want to go to is just south of DC. I forget what that one's called, but somebody take me to that one and drop me off for a day and then pick me back up, because I'll be too tired to drive, even with FSD. But the one, there's a night, Potomac Mills, outside of DC. That one is busy like this one here in Concord. So I don't say it a lot, but we're really close to the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
This is the Charlotte Motor Speedway
exit. Yep. Dawn's been to a race there. I took the kids on a tour, and they took us in a minivan out on the track and took us around so you could really feel the curved banking. I almost bought a 1959 Cadillac at the yearly car parts and sales swap thing that they held there, or maybe still hold there, and that would have been in about 1988. God, for $4,000 I could have had a 1959 Cadillac, and I had the $4,000 and I didn't buy it. Probably still wouldn't have it, but I really, it wasn't the right color, and it was I think it was a sedan instead of a two-door. I mean, it had some things that were not perfect about it, but still, I could have had the rocket fins. Anyway, we're here at the Speedway, and thank God UNC Charlotte's on the north side of town, and we don't have to go through downtown Charlotte just to drop Johnny off and pick him up every time. Are we going to get through this time, Donnie?
Maybe. I don't exactly understand why it's so slow. Yeah. We're going to just immediately exit. Shopping. Too much shopping at this exit is why it's slow. Yeah, we're going to go right here. All right. Well, so across the street was a cookout and the Sonic and a KFC and a bunch of hotels. I don't know that this is the exit, but we're really close to the exit where Wolf Lodge is. The inside water park is really close to here, and I did take the kids. Great Wolf Lodge. I did take the kids to that, let's call it resort, indoor water park. We spent the night one time. It was great fun. If you hate being baked out in the sun, but you love playing in the water, Great Wolf Lodge is a good compromise, because it's almost all inside, and there's so much stuff to do for all ages, and we loved it. When we left the supercharger, it said we would get home at 15%, and it just tried to route us to Thomasville, where we don't want to go.
because it says we couldn't make it home. I think we had arrival energy defaulting to 20%, although I don't know. We've been arriving at somewhere between 10 and 15 without it trying to route us somewhere. Anyway, I removed superchargers from the route, and now it says home at 6%, which is really 5.6%. And we were looking to see what's going on, and Don's looking, so that's why it's bluing him. Nice of me to fix that for him. So, you know, we've been doing 77 a lot, in the 70 zone. I think we're just going a little faster than the estimate, and that's why we're not, you know, we were within 5 to 10%, because it's not cold out today. I don't see any wind. It's not currently raining. So we do have, you know, the car set to 72. The heat may have run. I don't know. But, you keep on looking, Donnie. You got to stop.
I've hardly looked at all.
You haven't really, but it
flashed.
Well, maybe it sees me. I'll move over away.
Right.
Maybe
I full self-drive.
Maybe I fixed it for you. Anyway, we'll see where we are when we go past Siler City, and if we need to charge, we'll charge in Siler City. We're close. You know, getting home at 5%, if it doesn't drop anymore, is fine. But yeah, I ain't worried.
I'm not Mr. 2%, but I'm easily Mr. 5%.
Okay. Well, I'll let Don make the call. We'll just have to see how it goes. But that's the most flashing we've had in like forever. I don't know what was going on with that, but I don't know if you can see that tractor trailer back there in the green or not, but we were in this lane, and I looked up for my Lego, and right then the turn signal went on, and the truck came into our lane, and Robot moved us one lane over to get us out of the way. Now, I do think in this case that Don, as a driver, would have seen the truck coming and also moved us out of the way. But basically, I guess he wasn't paying attention, because we weren't riding his blind spot for any appreciable amount of time. We just came up.
There was enough gap. I mean, we could have just hit the brakes and slowed down enough to let him, or moved over. Either one of those would have worked. It was tight. There was very little clearance.
But it was very impressive that the car realized what the truck was doing and got us out of the truck's way.
Yeah, before the truck, I mean, basically once the truck totally crossed the dotted, the wheels went across the car was already moving over into the next lane. So it did not wait for the truck to complete its maneuver and block the lane.
Yeah, I guess in this case, I'm not trying to say the car FSD saved us, but FSD acted in a really proactive way to keep us safe.
That's right.
Just like the human driver, hopefully paying attention, would have also done. Did the same kind of thing. I thought it was really impressive.
Yeah, I assure you, if you were driving and you were looking at your phone in a non-FSD vehicle, that could have been really bad, because the truck driver must have just assumed you were paying attention, and he may have misjudged the gap from the end of his trailer to the front of your car. He said, "Oh, I've got enough room to get over." That person's paying attention and therefore will slow down or get over in the next lane. Well, if you're on your phone, which is what most people are doing nowadays, you would have ate the rear end of that truck.
Yeah, could have got spun around. Yep. Just glanced down and home is back up to 8%. So I bought this on Amazon for the second time. I had previously built the little watering can, which is super cute, and I wanted to build the birds. Okay, and the way this 3-in-1 works is if you build the watering can, you use, I think, all the parts, And if you build either the boot or the bird, you're going to have leftover parts. So there it is built, and there's extra parts. Now, number one, I'm going to go build the other 2 flowers, because I can stick them onto this bird thing with the parts that they gave me, and I think that'll be cool. And number 2, I just wanted to say that this flower that they put down here, I did not find that it fit on there very good. And I had several of these green with the hole in the center. Oh, they call it an open stud. I'm trying to get it where you can see it. I had several of these left over from the Love. And so I stuck one onto the back side of that flower, and that made it a couple of millimeters longer. And then I was able to get the flower on how I was happy with it. That's this little pink flower. But I'm going to build the yellow and the aqua flower, and I'm going to figure out how to stick it on here too. Well, I don't completely have enough parts here with me with this set to attach the flowers and finish the flowers. But I should have those parts at home. So I'm done for now. I used this spare yellow round 2x2 and one of these clear stems, which were used on the watering can to attach the blue flower. And I've got some more of those yellows at home. I think I'm going to put it back here somewhere, and then have the yellow one come towering over the top or in the middle or something. And I also need a couple more of these, I don't know what you call them, connector pieces. Anyway, I think I can finish it up, and I'll either do that tonight or tomorrow, but I need more parts than were with the set. The last time I bought one of these 3-in-1s, I ended up buying 3, because with 3 I could really build all 3 and then build one of the other ones or something. It was, I don't know, it kind of expanded as it went. But I do think I have the slopes to finish the flowers and the connector piece, so I think I can finish it up. And before Don realized what was going on, we were going past US Highway 64, where we would have gotten off with the option of thinking about Siler City, and it kept us on 421 going down to Sanford and then back up. It's 6 1/2 dozen the other which way is faster, and of course there is also a supercharger in Sanford, but now our arrival at home at 9%, so like who cares? So I don't know why it did that the last time too. It's like somehow when we come past Thomasville for this specific route, it panics and thinks we can't make it home. But then once we tell it no and we get past there, I don't know. Well, also we get off at 85 onto 421 and it's a lower speed. I don't know. Anyway, we're fine. We're 9% to the house. We're about 25 minutes away. And we're not planning on stopping in Sanford, but we are going down to Sanford, and you'll see it on the map, and then back up. I guess probably the Hall River. I don't know. Well, we're home at 8%. We ran through South Park. We were so not worried. And, you know, I don't know if we're going to get any rain now or not. But that's fine too, I guess. Although we are in a moderate drought, we need about 5 inches, the weatherman said. So 0 intervention except for moving us at the supercharger?
Right. It pulled into that handicap charging spot.
Use last spot.
Yeah, so I moved it over one. But other than that, I didn't do anything.
Until we got to South Park.
Well, yeah.
And it curbsides us at the splash pad, but Dawn takes over, drives the pogo loop, and then re-engages FSD for home.
That's right.
So, until we can tell it how to navigate, until we can draw a path around the parking lot, we're stuck with...
Or describe to Grok how to do it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. While I heat up the last of the pulled pork barbecue and 1 cheese stuffed chicken breast, I'm fixing my stuff. I had lots of these slope bricks, and I have fixed the blues on this flower, and I got to go hunt a different color stud, but I've got all the parts for this flower, so that was good. I was a little, you know, I wasn't sure if I had enough of that color,